A Donald Trump presidency will be more of the same and will not contribute anything significant to the Caribbean region. So says political analyst Peter Wickham in an exclusive interview with SK Newsline a day after Donald Trump's re-election as the 47th president of the United States.
I think the relevance of the Caribbean will be pretty much the same. The extent to which it is irrelevant will be pretty much the same. I think that we will continue to be irrelevant unless some opportunity arises where Trump feels that there is a use that we can be put to, because he is a transactional type of leader. He transacts deals and he operates on the basis that if I want you for something, then I will use you in that regard. If you're comfortable being used, then that's fine. No, there's arguments that within international politics, that's a language that is common. And, if that's the case, then, that's not unreasonable. But there has to be something in it for us. And I think that on the last occasion, there clearly wasn't. I thought that the extent to which we were being used was crassly presented. Are we going to have to ask ourselves whether we're comfortable with that again? Going forward, I do think that we are not going to see any significant benefits from the Trump administration. And indeed, I think that we're going to see substantial difficulty.
Mr. Wickham said he is looking at two particular initiatives for the Caribbean to see what will happen under a Trump presidency.
One is the Bridgetown Initiative that's being canvassed globally in terms of providing a more even playing field in terms of finance. And then there's this debt for environment swap, which a few countries have been involved in. Antigua, Barbados has just signed on. I think that these kinds of initiatives are ultimately going to go nowhere because it requires environmental focus that Trump does not have. So it's not a priority for him. And the extent to which we are gaining revenue from that type of initiative, is going to continue to be lost because there's not going to be an interest in that.
In light of this assessment, how should Caribbean leaders approach a Donald Trump presidency?
But I don't expect any special or differential treatment. And as far as what advice you could give to leaders is concerned, is that I think the leaders have to be able to break for themselves. We are developing closer relationships with countries like China and Taiwan, China especially in terms of financing, Taiwan in terms of other initiatives. People are looking at the relationship with Europe, the relationship with the United Kingdom. People are looking at relationship with Cuba, Latin America, and now we're developing relationships with Africa. That ought to be our focus continuing. It's just 4 years. And I would say that in that 4 years, we should not expect anything exciting from Donald Trump or the Trump administration, and that we should focus our energies on developing far more exciting relations elsewhere. And let's hope that the situation improves in 4 years' time.
Donald Trump defeated Vice President Kamala Harris to win the U.S. presidency for the second time in 12 years. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.